But there also is very powerful forensic evidence. That is physical evidence. Now, an ancient document going back to the 4th or 5th century, by virtue of its age, will be oxidized. And we think of oxidation today often in the terms of iron, and it becomes rusty. Well, the documents were not iron, obviously. They were produced usually on parchment, which was an animal skin, but nevertheless, it was the essence of paper. It was high-quality paper, not made of paper or wood fiber, but of animal skins. But other ancient documents, for example, Codex Beza, which was owned by Theodore Beza of the Reformation. Codex Beza, you can go online to the British Library, and they have high-definition digital photographs that you can look at, and it is clearly oxidized, that it is tan, probably almost the color of this pulpit. You can go online and look at Codex Alexandrinus, another Alexandrian manuscript. It too is oxidized. It's brown. It's almost bronze in its coloration. And you can do this online, brethren. You go online and look at Sinaiticus. It's not bronze. It's not tan. It's white or off-white. In the year 1856, a Russian scholar by the name of Upensky, I'm getting ahead of myself, Upensky in 1856 went to the University of Leipzig and was requested to examine this Codex Augustinus Frederico, or Frederico Augustinus, I should say, and he said it was white parchment. And particularly the Leipzig portion is such. In 1910, a German researcher by the name of Ernest von Dobschutz went to Leipzig and saw the document and said it is snow white parchment. Well, this is laser printing paper. That's about snow white. In the year 1913, a Scottish researcher went to Leipzig and saw the document, a man by the name of J.M. McClymount, and he said it was written on snow white vellum. And if you don't believe me, now this is the last book, and somebody's already spoken for it, but you can order more from us. Now, we had to charge more for this book, folks, because there are pictures in it. Color pictures in it. And I know that's why some of you guys are buying it, because it's got pictures in it. Well, I'll tell you what, a picture, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. And people have read this book, and some of it goes over them. You know, it gets somewhat technical, though I've tried to put it in on a level where people can understand it. But when they come to the picture pages, folks, it says it all. Here is a picture of Codex Beza. I don't know if you can see it clearly out there. It's rather bronze in its appearance. Here's these incidentally are all digital, high-definition photographs, all of them by the British Library. It's all from the same source with the same equipment, the same lighting. It's all standardized to that degree. Here is Alexandrinus. Again, it's bronze in its color. Here is Sinaiticus. And you probably can't see it clear, but it's white. Maybe not snow white anymore, because they did attempt to doctor it. And that says it all. I mean, you can see it with your eyes. It's called the Sinaiticus Project. You can go online and look it up. And the British Library, I think it was 2011, about 6 years ago, they combined, they sent a crew to Leipzig to make high-definition digital color photographs of what is there in Leipzig. They likewise did the same in London at the British Museum. Incidentally, the documents that were sent to Russia, the manuscript that was sent to Russia, was sold by the Soviets to the British Museum in 1933. to help underwrite the Russian government, which was struggling, the Soviet government. And it became the property of the British Museum, and since it's come to be known as the British Library, at least the portion where the document is at, the manuscript is at. And so British librarians, using the same equipment, the same lighting, photographically collated these documents. And curiously, there is still just a very small amount, just a page or two left in St. Petersburg, and a small amount left at Mount Sinai. And there's some significance to the stuff that's left behind. And they produced what has come to be known as the Sinaiticus project. You can go online tonight if you wish and look at it. And it's zoomable. You can zoom in and out, and you can look at details. And I would submit to you tonight that men such as Westcott and Hort never saw the detail that you can see tonight. They saw facsimiles, black and white facsimiles of rather crude 19th century letterpress printing. And you can see the anomalies and the issues, some of which I'm going to talk about here in a second. Now, it's curious also that portions of Vaticanus are not heavily oxidized either.